Please answer the question on your summary slide. What did we learn yesterday? Or what did we learn in our previous lesson? Lesson 2.4. Our learning target says I can solve a multi-step equation. And then our essential question says, how do you solve a multi-step equation? So today we're going to have a couple of extra steps that you haven't seen before. The first one says distribute when you see parentheses. So that means multiply. Distribute what's outside of the parentheses and multiply it times everything on the inside. And then the second new step says combine same side like terms. So they're already on the same side, so you're going to add or subtract them to combine them together. And then step 3 and step 4 are what we've already worked with. Get your variables on one side. So that means that you're going to get rid of one of them by adding or subtracting using your inverse operations, and then solve the remaining 1 or 2 step equation. All right, first new equation today. First thing you look for, parentheses. If you see parentheses, distribute. So let's distribute -2 to everything in the parentheses. -2 times 3x is -6x. -2 times -6 is +12. So here is our 2-step equation. So this should look familiar now. So we need to subtract the 12 because that's the inverse of adding 12. So -6x equals -12 minus 12 more is -24. And then we would divide both sides by -6. So x equals 4. Next one. Notice we've got 2 sets of parentheses this time. So on the left-hand side, we distribute our 5, and that gives us 5x plus 5 times 1 is 5. On the right-hand side, it looks just like our last slide, -2 times x, -2x, and -2 times -6 is +12. Now we have a variable on each side. So if we're going to isolate our variable to figure out what x is equal to, we can't have 2 of them. So I like to take away the smaller one, which is the -2x. So to do that, I need to add 2x to cancel it out. 5x plus 2x is 7x, plus 5 equals 12. And now we've got 2 steps remaining. The inverse of adding 5 is subtracting 5. 7x is equal to 7. And then we would divide by 7. 7 divided by 7 equals 1. So x equals 1. If you were going to check on this one, you would replace both of these x's with 1s, like this. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 6 is -5. 5 times 2 is 10. -2 times -5, also 10. So if you're checking, make sure you're replacing all of the variables in the problem. All right, next equation. Let's distribute again. Anytime you see parentheses, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3x is 6x. Now, what I want you to notice on this problem is that we have same side like terms. See these x's? They're already on the same side of the equation. So if you think about your scale, my beautiful scale drawing over here, I have 6 x's over here, and I have 2 x's over here. So I actually have 8x on that same side of my equation. So it's really 8x plus 4 equals -20. So what you have to be careful of is that you're not doing an inverse operation, thinking that you would have to take away 2x on each side. They're already on the same side, okay? Now 2 steps remain. Subtract 4 on both sides. So 8x equals negative 24. And then divide by 8. So x equals negative 3. Next one. No parentheses this time. But we've got like terms on the same side. So if we put these two together, they're both negative. Negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. So this is really negative 6x. And then minus 1 equals negative 55. So I need to add the 1 on both sides. Negative 6x equals negative 54. And then divide by negative 6. So x equals 9, positive 9. All right, now let's find the value for x so that the rectangles have the same area. Okay, the area of a rectangle is base times height or length times width. So on my first rectangle, I would have length times width to get the area. Then on my second one, length times width, like that. So, or base times height. So you might think of base as bottom, height as side, base, height. So on this one, I would need to distribute. So 2 times x is 2x, plus 2 times 7 is 14. On the other one, there's nothing to distribute. 9 times x is just 9x. So now I have a variable on each side. Take away the smaller one. So take away 2x on each side. So then 14 equals 7x. Then divide by 7. So 2 equals x. So when x is 2, those areas are the same. And that's our last example.